Hello, Libra Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to your video for the second half of July 2020. We're going to take a look at your recent past, your current energy, and then what is in the immediate future for you. Please do keep in mind these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, please give this video a like. Let me know what's going on in the comment section and introduce yourself to me if you feel called to do so. And let's get into your reading. This week I've been feeling very called as well to just mention that the recent past that these readings are coming from doesn't necessarily mean it was like last week or whatever. It's just kind of the context of the situation that has matured enough for you to be dealing with in this current moment. So hopefully that is resonating for you this week, because it's just the way that these readings have been going. So whatever, let's get into it. What's going on for Libra, the second half of July 2020? Okay. Wow. Bottom of the deck, we have the Tower, we have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. A lot of changes, a lot of emotional changes, feeling unsatisfied by something emotionally. Also, my first impression of this read, we have, wow, baby. I mean, I want to just give you a cup of chamomile tea and put you to bed. There's so much fear that you're fighting through right now, so much acceptance of change. I'm seeing there's a storyline within yourself that needs embracing. Change needs embracing, and it becomes something in your future where your imagination comes back into play, where your inner voice allows you to create something new for yourself, create an outcome, a future, a beautiful life. Feels very, very different, and again, very connected to your inner voice. And yeah, I see a lot of self-protective stuff going on here. So let's get into it. We will go back and clarify after the first pass, but let's do it. So in your recent past, we have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So there's a lot of voices that were kind of in your ear for a really long time again. And Libra, it's one of those things where there's so many different perspectives that we feel like we have to be mindful of, that it caused a degree of separation from your own inner voice. And I think what happened here is you went from hearing all of this chitter chatter, whatever, in your ears, to going into the opposite direction where you just tuned everybody out and you started to become very, very protective of yourself. You became very protective of what you need, and you chose to be selfish in a really healthy way. That's what I see. There's a lot of rapid movement here as well. So you may have been flying somewhere, you may have been changing location in some way, or fighting a change in location in some way, or just making the plans to be in a location that supports your outcomes, supports the life that you want to see for yourself. The Page of Pentacles here is someone who was overwhelmed by obligation and has now been pushed into a position of choosing a path that they commit to, creatively, practically, financially, spiritually, all of those good things. In your current moment, you have the Moon, you have the Five of Wands reversed, you have the King of Wands. So there is some fear that is coming up for you. There is a dialogue I'm hearing. Can I do it? Do I have the resources? Shoulda, coulda, woulda, maybe, I'm also seeing, though, that there is a strength you're finding within yourself, sort of behind that veil, where you're able to say, I'm not gonna fight myself. Like, I'm not gonna deflect my own energy. Like, I'm choosing, this is your inner monologue I'm hearing, is like, I'm choosing to do one thing at a time. I'm choosing to not engage in ego battles maybe, or with people who I don't feel like have the same degree of respect as me when they're communicating with me. Like, I want to be on an even playing field with people. And you're kind of taking all of those fears and really working through them. And it's giving you this King of Wands moment where it really actually puts you into a leadership position. It puts you into a position of power and integrity, and really inspiring other people to do the same in their own lives. So leading by example is something I'm seeing for you as well. There's a fear of success I feel you're working through as well. So there might be some jealousy in your current environment, just kind of, you know, those situations where you share something with someone and you expect them to be happy for you or like celebrate with you, but they are like dismissive and like, you know, they kind of brush you off, or they really actually show that they're jealous. You might be experiencing a bit of that and might be kind of like, why am I not being received in this way? And really, it looks like there's a lot of, I think you're in this point where you're realizing there's a lot of fear in those people. And it's like, not only is it your own fear of success that you're going to be battling, but it's like other people's projected fear of success onto you. So just like standing in the middle of that storm and being like, I'm not going to pick a fight with my own ego or with their egos. It's like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep standing in my power. I'm going to keep being the leader that maybe you needed for yourself. This can be advocacy work. This can be anything that is connected to your fundamental drives, your fundamental truths. Cool. So in your immediate future, we have the High Priestess, we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Four of Cups reversed. So there was a lot of like thinking and grieving and balancing the checkbook of what do I receive from these relationships and what am I going to reject. You know, it's going to the ice cream bar and taking a little scoop and tasting it. I like that, but you know, maybe I want something more chocolatey, or you know, tasting that and like, but actually pistachio would be better. And then after you taste all of them, you have decided on one. And the decision comes from tasting something that was like, oh, that wakes up my inner voice. And how good does that taste? That's the best damn taste we got here. So there is rejection that needs to happen in order to accept one voice, and it's your voice. And you do so kindly and graciously, and not without giving each different voice a chance to plead its case. But there is a choice. So let's go into some clarification here. What's going on with this Page of Pentacles in the recent past? The Knight of Wands, we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Seven of Wands. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of doubt in your creative endeavors. There may have been like this energy of like, do I want it? Do I not want it? Do I want it? Do I not want it? And at the end of the day, you were like, okay, well, I want it. And it's interesting because these two are very fiery, very passionate, can be excitable, very easily persuaded to begin something new because it ignites a sense of fun. But this one makes a choice from recognizing the long-term goals. This one makes the choice from mental clarity, from knowing that things may be hard for a short period, but in the long run, this is what you want. A lot of strength, a lot of fortitude. There may have been a lot of like emotional instability, pardon me, around making this decision that came up for you. Yeah, we've got the Five of Cups reverse that's kind of jumping out. So embracing your grieving process without being consumed by it as well. So something had to be let go again. And it's not always easy to let those things go, but that process is a process, like anything. What is this Four of Pentacles doing in the recent past? We have the Eight of Pentacles, something work-related, Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so maybe the work environment that you were in wasn't terribly inspiring for you anymore. Maybe you were acting as a caretaker for other people. Something that you realized that you were working towards somebody else's goal instead of like being your own boss in a way, or in to put it another way, you were using your gifts to further someone else's career or to further someone else's agenda. And now that just isn't going to work anymore because your fundamental drives are back. Your fundamental drives are like, but there's so much value in what I do. I should be compensated fairly. I should be valued for that. I should be recognized for being the person who is doing that. You know, whatever the case may be. It just kind of seems like, let's hop out of that. Yeah, the World. Woo, that's a nice jumper for you. Completion of a cycle. So, okay. There's the other thing here is you may have been in like a mentorship program or like a apprentice in some way where you had to be like in the role of like learning from someone. And I feel like maybe that dynamic or that relationship shifted enough where you were like, you're now at the point where the student surpasses the teacher. So like this cycle is like completing itself, and it doesn't have to be exactly like that, but it does kind of feel like a level of mastery has been achieved, and it's time for you to pack up and leave home and create your own thing for yourself. So yeah, completion of the cycle there. What's going on with this moon in Libra's current? Sorry, that doesn't actually feel right, so we're going to keep shuffling. What's going on with the moon in Libra's current energy? What are these feelings? Okay, we have the Fool, we have the Three of Cups, and we have the Three of Swords. Again, so these are those jealousy things where it's like, you know that in order to start something new, oh, hang on a second. There was something that came up a few months ago, I want to say, in one of your other readings that was like, will it stick? That kind of like, that fear of like, if I take this leap, will it stick? This feels like an echo of that. This is sort of releasing heartache to accept joy, which is great. And the fear that I'm seeing is related to being not too certain of your next steps, just knowing that you have to take a next step. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Like, if you see that door and you're doubting yourself and you're doubting your ability to make it happen, but it feels right, and it feels really right. Like right underneath here, we have like the Four of Pentacles, which is like self-protection, the Moon, and then the High Priestess, which she knows what's up. She knows what feels right. She knows herself. So if this new opportunity feels right, say yes. You know, you can figure the details out later. And you'll have the chance to. The astrology for the rest of the year is all about that. It's all about setting the budgets that need to, come. But this is the time now to be like, yes, say yes. That's going to be the title of this video, I've just decided. That was the King of Cups as well. So like, you might be cutting off from your emotions. Yeah, or just like that emotional manipulation piece there. So let's get out of that. Let's get into the King of Wands here. This is kind of a fun, vibey read. I'm liking this. I like this a lot. We have the Ten of Wands, we have the Seven of Cups again, and then we have the Hermit. So Libra, wow, you're just totally committing to one thing here. You're taking all of those different ice cream flavors that we talked about. You've tasted them all. You've reflected on what felt good, what maybe like gave you a bit of a negative reaction, and then what gave you the sort of energy that you need to move forward in your committing. 10 of Wands, commitment. 7 of Cups, paring back, the Hermit, inner truth. For your own good. And I do feel like this is like healthy selfishness is going to be something that you're dealing with. Yeah, the Devil. Healthy selfishness. You know? Knocking off toxic patterns. Let's go to your immediate future. What's going on with the High Priestess? I also feel like you might be questioning time, like timing. There's something here that the universe is speaking about trusting timing. Give time the time to do what it needs to do, but also just trust divine timing. Trust that if you say yes, that things will unfold at the rate which they are supposed to. Why is this High Priestess here? Yeah, so you're not very interested in other people's opinions anymore. You're just not, you know? Good for you. Not interested in taking on more than one project. You're like, there's one thing that I'm gonna do. And that give and take dance of who is my ally? Who is my circle? Like who, the difference between your fans and your friends can be one thing that starts to happen for you, but also knowing who is on the same playing field as you, who isn't intimidated by your success, who wants to see you succeed, those kind of things. And why is this 4 of Cups here? Oops. I feel like I know. Now we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up because I feel like this is a super clear message for you and I'm super excited for you. Why is this 4 of Cups here? You have the Ace of Cups reversed, you have the 2 of Pentacles, and you have Justice. There you are. Showing up in your reading right at the end, like a boss. Okay. There's a creative block I think you're still working through. Okay. And the balancing act of like, what do I choose? What do I not choose? This is just going to be the like final piece of advice because this has been a very big affirmation of what you're doing, but this is now advice. If you have a creative block, if you have something that is halting your emotions, if you're staying busy to avoid confronting your emotions, your justice is waiting for you to step in and find that new solution. But taking a step towards emotional freedom will get you here, okay? It will get you to a new outcome. It will get you to balance, but this creative block, whatever it is, and again, this could just be being busy for the sake of being busy. This is something a lot of people are doing right now. It will need acknowledgement and compassion, you know, over the next little while. Just getting really clear about, hey, being bored and being uncomfortable and being alone with my emotions is the second half of the coin. It's the second half of the solution. So make space for that and make space for yourself to feed that. Okay. I hope that this reading resonated, Libra. If it did, please give it a like. And I'll see you next time. Bye.